was once a champion, a prodigy with a gold medal hanging around my neck. But that night, I stood in the rain with a wooden stick in my hand, chasing a man down the muddy street. He had stolen every last cent my mother saved for her own surgery, and gambled it all away. I swung the stick down hard. The crack echoed against his leg. From a balcony above, a wealthy woman watched the whole scene. She saw something in me. She could use a strong will, a temper she could aim at her own out-of-control son. My mother worked as her housemaid. The woman came downstairs and made an offer. I would move into the villa. I would keep her son in line. I would be his warden. In return, she would cover the medical bills. I said yes right there in the rain. I had one condition: she could never interfere when I disciplined the boy. The moment I stepped into the villa, the boy threw a basin of water on my mother. He pointed a finger at me and told me to get out. I did not back away. I charged straight at him and pinned him to the cold marble floor. The wealthy woman rushed toward the noise. The boy smirked, thinking his rescue had arrived. He screamed at her to throw me out. She ignored him completely. She announced in front of everyone that I was in charge from now on. The next morning, he hated the breakfast. He demanded I cook him something better myself. I set the plate down in front of him. He took a single bite and started screaming that it burned his mouth. He spat the food across the table and threatened to have me fired. He ordered the bodyguards to drag me away. The guards looked at the floor. They told him their orders came from his mother alone. They answered to me now. I gave my first real command. I told them to grab him and put him outside the front gate. He stood on the sidewalk with a sign hanging around his neck, an apology letter. He read it aloud for every passing neighbor to hear. Back in his room, he threw a tantrum. He refused to eat until his mother kicked me out. She scolded him instead and called him ungrateful. I pulled him into the media room. I made him watch movies about mothers who sacrificed everything. He came out with tears streaming down his face. He ran to his mother and begged for her forgiveness. She was thrilled with the result. She promised me a bonus every single month if I kept him walking the line. A few days later, he was sprawled on the couch, lost in a video game. I walked up behind him with a long wooden staff in my grip. I slammed it against the table next to his head. I told him to go do his homework. He dropped the controller like it was on fire. He sat at his desk without making a sound. He whispered to himself that he would get his revenge once school started again. I stood right behind him, stick in hand, watching his every move, waiting.